Sierra Leoneans to actively participate. When the enumerators come to your homes for the census, open your doors, provide accurate information, and encourage others to do the same. When the dashboard goes live, use it, monitor it, ask questions, and hold us accountable. When the Power of Data initiative expands, be part of the data generation and reporting in your communities. In conclusion, Honorable Chief Minister, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, today we are laying 3 foundational pillars for a modern Sierra Leone. Accurate data through the census, transparent planning through the medium-term national development dashboard, and a coordinated national data ecosystem through the Power of Data initiative. With accurate data, we can plan better, and with better planning, we can deliver better. With open data, we can build trust and strengthen accountability. And with citizens at the center, we can create a prosperous and inclusive Sierra Leone, the Sierra Leone that we envision. So let us work together to ensure a successful census, an effective dashboard rollout, and a transformative Power of Data agenda. Let we count we all, and let we monitor we planning for better service, better planning, and better future. Let me, with these words, with this short statement, welcome you to the launch of these 3 initiatives. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. I think she deserves a louder applause. In her opening remarks, she has been able to uncover the myths and misconceptions about census. She highlighted about the dashboard for the midterm National Development Plan 2024 to 2030, and also the Power of Data, all of which you'll get to know more about. We want to move on to get an update on the Census 2026 by the Statistician General and Census Officer, Mr. Andrew Bob Johnny.
Honorable Chief Minister, the Minister of Planning and Economic Development, the Principal Executive Advisor to the President of Civil Service, the Chairman Statistics Sierra Leone, Her Worship, the Mayor, the Development Secretary, the Governor of the Bank of Sierra Leone, Honorable Ministers of Government, Honorable Members of Parliament, development partners, local council representatives, traditional leaders, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning. Today marks an important milestone in Sierra Leone's journey towards evidence-based development. It's with a great pride and deep sense of responsibility that we are here today to officially launch the 2026 Population and Housing Census. A national census is not just a statistical exercise. It is the foundation upon which a nation plans its future. The information we collect determines where schools are built, where hospitals are expanded, how roads are prioritized, how electricity and water services are distributed, and how resources are located across districts, chiefdoms, and communities. Whether you live in Freetown, Kono, Kangang, Kabala, Pujong, Kailang, Bont, or Potloko, your voice matters. Your household counts, and your participation will shape the future of our country, Sierra Leone. The 2026 Population and Housing Census will provide an accurate picture of who we are as a nation, our size, our living conditions, our demographic trends, and our evolving needs. The data will serve government ministries, local councils, private sector investors, NGOs, and development partners who rely on accurate information to design programs and deliver services. Our last census, that's the senior census, took place several years ago in 2015. And since then, Sierra Leone has experienced significant social, economic, and demographic changes. We need updated, reliable, and comprehensive information to plan effectively for the next decade. This census will build on innovations introduced in recent years. We will use advanced digital cartography, improved data collection tools, robust data quality checks to ensure accuracy, transparency, and trust. Evaluators will be fully trained, supervised, and monitored to guarantee high-quality data. We are committed to international standards and best practices, working collaboratively with our partners, including the United Nations Population Fund and other technical financiers. We cannot do this alone. A census is successful only when the public participates fully. That is why today we are also launching our nationwide sensitization and public engagement campaign. When the innovators visit your home in Warima, please welcome them. Provide accurate and complete answers. Your cooperation is vital, and your information will be kept strictly confidential, protected by law, and used solely for statistical purposes. I wish to thank His Excellency the President for his unwavering support for the National Statistical System and for recognizing the critical role of data in national development. I also extend sincere appreciation to our development partners, civil society organizations, traditional authorities, the media, and dedicated staff of Statistics Sierra Leone. Your collaboration and commitments are the backbone of this national exercise. As we embark on this important journey, let us remember that the census is about people. People in Mofino, our communities, our future. By participating, every citizen becomes part of shaping a stronger, more inclusive, and more prosperous Sierra Leone. I call on all Sierra Leoneans to stand with us, support the process, and ensure a successful 2026 population and housing census. Let them count with all for better services, for better planning, for a better Salone. Thank you, and God bless all of you.
Thank you very much, SG. You know, just 3 words about the characteristics of the 2026 census. He said data quality, transparency, and trust. In Creole, we can simply say no Yuki census. It's going to be one that you can trust. The quality of data and the process is transparent. It's going to be transparent. And you can trust the data that will be published as a result of the census. Thank you very much, SG. We move on to get a 5-minute documentary on our journey so far on the 2026 census. Let's stay tuned as we watch. Thank you very much. I think this helps to give us a good knowledge of censuses in Sierra Leone. We want to move forward with our statement, and I will call Mr. Kunle Adeni, the UNFPA country representative. Let's put our hands together to welcome him.
The Chief Minister, Honorable Dr. Sengeh, the Minister of Planning, other ministers here present, members of Parliament, Lords Temporal and Spiritual, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, the Statistician General at the moment and Chief Census Officer, the Mayor of Freetown, Monsieur, Madam, my colleagues from the UN system, members of the 4th and 5th estate, young people, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you. It is with profound honor that I stand here representing the United Nations Population Fund, and indeed the entire UN system, to witness the official launch of the pilot census. We commend the government of Sierra Leone and its leadership in prioritizing this critical national exercise. I think the documentary we just watched really sets the stage and tells us how important this is. The data collected from the census will significantly determine resource allocation in this country. But most importantly, it helps us reach the furthest behind. I think it's important to note that the census is the only tool that provides a complete disaggregated picture of the population. It is the denominator of all national statistics. It is the sampling frame for all other surveys like DHS, the MIX, the HEIS, but it's also the foundation of equitable resource allocation. Without the census, all other data sets really collapses because, again, it's the foundational work. As the technical lead for the census from the United Nations, we understand that the integrity of the final count rests on the thoroughness of our preparation. The pilot census is therefore the most single important mechanism to safeguard this integrity, as it subjects the entire census machinery to an uncompromising stress test. In line with the global mandate to strengthen national capacity for population data generation, again, UNFPA is honored to be providing sustained technical assistance and capacity building, but also coordinating support for the census processes. Our role is to ensure that this census not only counts everyone, but it produces high-quality, disaggregated data that accurately reflects the needs and position and placement of everyone in Sierra Leone. And that's why in January this year, we partnered with experts from the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa and the United States Census Bureau to undertake an independent assessment of the country's technical capacity and readiness to undertake the census. I'm glad to note, as has been said, that the recommendations of this assessment have really informed the implementation of the census roadmap, as well as the provision of international technical experts to support every phase of the census. At the request of Statistics Sierra Leone, UNFPA is currently supporting national and international independent monitors to observe the pilot census phase. These monitors will play a crucial role in providing impartial scrutiny and validation of the entire process. Their findings, which will highlight any areas needing improvement, but also speak about the places that we are strong, are essential for identifying and addressing technical and operational gaps. The independent oversight, which has been graciously agreed to by Statistics Sierra Leone, will also ensure transparency and build public trust, we hope. and it will directly contribute to the refinement and success of the main census, which we hope will start exactly about a year from now. It will guarantee that the final count is accurate, reliable, and universally accepted for evidence-based national planning. Chief Minister, this endeavor is a collaborative success story. I speak today for the collective of many organizations that continue to support Leone in his data work. They are investing both technical and financial resources into this census. And for that, I must really thank the U.S. Census Bureau, the governments of Ireland, Iceland, and of course the United Kingdom, for the shared belief that reliable data is the building block of achieving all national development goals, including the SDGs. We recognize the massive scale of this undertaking, but we stand unified in supporting the government's effort to mobilize resources, ensure transparency, and secure the necessary trust of the public. And I'm very grateful with the communications effort that is going on to address the pilot census. Last week I met with the Chief Minister, the Minister of Information, to see how we continue to let the people of this country know the importance of this endeavor, because only then can they participate meaningfully. The census would appear to be an expensive undertaking. However, not carrying out a census is more costly, than any amount we might be spending on this issue. Alongside the vital pilot census, the United Nations is also honored to have supported the development of the Power of Data initiative. It is a national framework which will serve as a mechanism to coordinate, streamline, and increase financial and technical support for the national data system. We're really hoping that this will result into a proper development of Sierra Leone strategy for development statistics. A system that reduces ultimately our reliance of huge and expensive surveys and data collection methods, but can also tap into administrative data collection and use for data visibility. And I believe one of such is the initiative that is going to be presented by my colleague from UNICEF here today. At a global level, this initiative is co-led by the Global Partnership for Sustainable Data Development, which has UNDP, UNFPA, UNDESA, UNICEF, and the World Bank. The United Nations reaffirms its commitment to the implementation of this game-changing initiative. In conclusion, I bring you good tidings from the Executive Director of UNFPA, Dr. Leone and Regional Director, who both look forward to visiting Sierra Leone very soon, including as part of this process. We wish the government of Sierra Leone and all our dedicated team, especially Statistics Sierra Leone, and the field team, people who are already in the field for this pilot census, every success in this pilot phase. We are confident that through technical excellence, collective partnership, and sustained support of all stakeholders, this pilot census will pave the way for a successful, credible, and transformative national census. I thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Deli. We are going to have the next statement and also a presentation. The two will go together. Short statement will be made by Mr. Rudolph Schwenk, the UNICEF country representative, and also a presentation on the MTNDP dashboard by Dr. Chigeta. You're welcome, Mr. Schwenk.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. Honorable Chief Minister, Honorable Mr. Moped, Ministers, Members of Parliament, government officials, Your Worship, the Mayor of Freetown, Statistician General, traditional authorities, ambassadors, development partners, civil society, colleagues from the UN, young people, I see many of those in the room, members of the media, of course, distinguished guests, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. While UNICEF is involved in supporting all 3 initiatives that are being launched today, we already heard about the census, the power of data. I will limit my remarks to the development tracker. So compared to the Honorable Minister Moped, I only have one hat, which I have here. And let me then also, on behalf of UNICEF's Executive Director, our Regional Director, and our entire team in Sierra Leone, express our deep gratitude for the strong partnership between the government and UNICEF in advancing the rights and well-being for every child. UNICEF has been in Sierra Leone for over 4 decades, 40 years, and we will celebrate this next week, actually. We have worked alongside Sierra Leone to strengthen systems, deliver results for children, and today's launch of the dashboard builds exactly on that legacy, with a bold step toward digital governance and accountability. The Sierra Leone National Development Tracker is more than a technological achievement. It's a strategic step towards a future where decisions are guided by evidence, resources are allocated transparently, and progress is tracked in real time. So with this launch, Sierra Leone joins other African countries investing in data-driven governance. That's very special. And let me make clear that this platform is fully aligned with the Agenda 2040 in Africa Fit for Children, with the National Development Vision, the UN Cooperation Framework, and of course UNICEF's strategic plan, which all call for stronger systems, evidence-based policy, and greater accountability to children and young people. By providing those real-time insights, this centralized system strengthens Sierra Leone's ability to deliver on the 5 game changers, the medium-term National Development Plan priorities, and the various child rights commitments. And our collective role goes beyond technology. Together, we are committed to building resilient national systems in health, nutrition, education, water, sanitation, hygiene, social protection, and child protection. Alongside other initiatives, such as the nationwide multiple indicator cluster survey, which is currently ongoing and which is also led by Statistics Salone, let me also mention this, the mix.
Lack of effort, but from lack of integration. Data has often lived in silos, real-time visibility has been limited, reporting cycles have been manual and slow, and cross-sector performance comparison has been difficult. And decisions, urgent as they are, could not always wait for the evidence to be made available. But national transformation begins when data systems evolve, and that evolution stands here today. The Sierra Leone National Development Tracker is the country's first integrated decision support system. It is designed to enable accountability to citizens and partners, drive evidence-based planning, allow cross-sector progress tracking, and decision-grade visibility on public investment. It transforms how the country tracks results, prioritizes investment, and demonstrates progress to the world. The entity becomes the single home for monitoring national development priorities. One national source of truth, comparable results across sectors, unified visibility for decision-making, and trusted evidence for leadership. Today, we are witnessing a new data foundation that strengthens public trust and global confidence. This platform is driven by institutional ownership. Data is supplied by ministries and departments, and the quality of data is safeguarded nationally. Ministries and NDAs report on data, and here we see the shift from paper reporting to online reporting. There will be a multi-ministry committee across MDAs to review and validate data for accuracy. MOPED will ensure the national data synthesis and institutional quality assurance. It will also drive the operationalization of workflows, reviews, national reporting governance, and capacity strengthening. So from data being provided by ministries and departments, we'll get insights. Those insights will feed into leadership decisions, which in turn will lead to national accountability. This platform provides tools that convert evidence into insight and insight into action. There is a host of data tools available there. The anti-NDP results tracker tells you the data story behind the implementation of the anti-NDP. The data visualizer helps you focus on the performance of indicators. Look at trend, analyze disparities, look at geographical disparities, not only for the anti-NDP indicators, because we've also included sectors KPIs. The thematic dashboards allows you to delve into the performance of specific sectors. The national data catalog, this is what is going to also allow the discussion between sectors, since this is what we're going to call the metadata hub. Understand the definition of indicators, how the indicators have been calculated and disaggregated, etc. Knowledge hub. Understand the stories, the impact behind the implementation of the anti-NDP. And all these tools that are listed here are accessible to citizens and partners for shared transparency and public confidence. Let us see what decision grade monitoring looks like through the results tracker. And this result tracker is really the heart of the platform. This is where we tell Sierra Leone's national data story. Look at the performance of the development goals. Understand the result areas driving progress and indicators measuring national momentum. We begin at the highest level, performance of the game changers. Then we drill into result areas. Result areas, please. Thank you. We drill into result areas to compare progress, identify bottlenecks, and act. At the indicator level, we analyze trends over time, benchmark ministries, and measure our performance with what we had planned. But because national priorities must also connect to global commitments, the system overlays anti-NDP alignment with SDGs, with the AU agenda, with the ECOWAS, and for the first time, leadership can clearly link performance with financing. View how investment are being done across SDGs, ministries, sectors, districts, etc., to understand measurable impact. This is not just data reporting. This is development storytelling with accountability. Why does it matter? To national leadership, it brings the whole of government visibility and decision confidence. To policymakers and financial authorities, it delivers early warnings and investment intel in real time. To partners and innovators, it provides trusted open data for scalable solutions and investment confidence. And to citizens and civil society, it brings visible, verified results, strengthening public accountability and national trust. When data governance works, decisions work, and nations progress with confidence. What ensures longevity is not technology itself, but national ownership. In July, we conducted a co-design workshop with all the MDAs. Last week, we wrapped up a validation workshop with the same MDAs, as well as a testing of the tools by the same MDAs. Together, standard operating procedures were discussed and developed for reporting and review. And it was agreed that MOPED will continue to play its role of coordination agency, and with the system will work with the participation of the MDAs. What happens next? In 2026 now, the shift is going to go to system adoption, operationalization, and national data literacy, ensuring continuity beyond the launch for long-term national accountability. Sierra Leone's progress now has one home. Its decisions now have trusted evidence. Its impact is now visible to the world. Thank you. You would all have received a greenish brochure on which there is the QR code to access the portal. Please explore. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chivita. One thing I'll remember from your presentation is that when data governance works, decisions work. So let's remember that, and it's very important for us as a government as we track the MTN DP to know the progress that we are making. We are now coming over to a very important session of this launch. Time for the keynote address. And this is going to be done by one of the Lieutenant Generals of His Excellency, the President, Brigadier Retired, Dr. Julius Madabio, the Honorable Chief Minister of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. David Sengeh. Can we all put our hands together?
Our hosts, the Ministers of Planning and Economic Development, and all Cabinet Ministers here present, Her Worship, the Mayor of the Freetown City Council, Honorable Members of Parliament, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, the Chairman and members of the Sierra Leone Statistics Sierra Leone Council, the Statistician General, and the leadership of Statistics Sierra Leone, our revered paramount chiefs, members of the Fourth Estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I bring you very warm greetings from His Excellency President Dr. Julius Madabio. His Excellency also serves as the Chairman, ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government, and in that capacity, he is currently dealing with a very important regional matter, and he has asked me to represent him here today. Today marks a defining moment in Sierra Leone's commitment to modern governance, transparent public service, and evidence-based decision-making. I am personally truly humbled and honored to officially launch the 2026 Population and Housing Census, our country's first full decennial census since 2015, and the first to be conducted under the administration of His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio. While Sierra Leone undertook a midterm census in 2021, this 2026 exercise restores the internationally recognized 10-year census tradition that guides sound planning, equitable resource allocation, and sustainable development. A population and housing census is not political. It is about people, and it is about fairness. It is about informed planning, equitable development, and effective service delivery. It helps us understand our numbers, our distribution, our living conditions, and our needs as a nation. It provides the factual foundation for the policies and programs that improve the daily lives of citizens. With accurate population data, we can determine where to build new schools and deploy teachers, where to place health centers and healthcare workers, how to extend the electricity grid and broadband connectivity, where to construct feeder roads, and how to allocate local grants fairly to every district. On Saturday, 2 days ago, His Excellency was in Bow City, where he was launching a $23 million private sector investment into a data center. And on Sunday, yesterday, His Excellency was in Kenema District in Gendema, where he commissioned a bridge connecting our people over a water, something that had never been done in this country. And this is the second of 8 bridges that His Excellency did not just commission, did not just turn the sword off, but this second one has been commissioned. 2 more will be commissioned over the next couple of months. And over the next 2-3 years, 8 of the 11 crossing points that have kept our people, our economies apart, will be built through credible infrastructure. And those developments are informed by only one thing: not politics, not how His Excellency slept at night, but by data that comes from the census. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, transparency will define the 2026 Population and Housing Census from the outset. The integrity and credibility of this exercise are non-negotiable. I would like to use this moment to extend a public invitation to all citizens to participate fully in this census. Now, we are aware that some citizens have expressed concerns regarding the census process, and our government understands that trust must be earned and that transparency is essential. We also recognize that Sierra Leoneans want clear guarantees of neutrality. Therefore, on behalf of His Excellency, let me reaffirm: this census is not designed in any way, shape, or form to advantage any political party, region, tribe, or group. It is governed entirely by the Census Act and the Statistics Act, laws that guarantee the independence and professional autonomy of Statistics Sierra Leone. Some concerns have also been raised about data privacy. Let me assure you that the census does not collect political information. Nobody never ask you whose party you did or who that you vote for the last election. Personal information is strictly protected by law and international statistic protocols. That means you don't need to lie about how many pikin that you get to. We don't go tell you where you man. No data will be shared with security agencies, taxation authorities, or political entities, although we strongly encourage all of you to pay your taxes on time and according to what you should be paying. Because those taxes help us pay for important national endeavors like the census. Only aggregated, anonymized results will be published, never your personal records. Ladies and gentlemen, last year, His Excellency President Dr. Julius Maada announced the conduct of the decennial census in line with international best practice. Now, while we as a government have budgeted for this, I want to use this opportunity to ask our development partners to mind the gap. The British will be happy with that. But we don't just need the British to mind the gap. The financing gap must be closed by all of us collectively. We need your commitment, backed by resource mobilization, to support what we are doing. Because any money that we spend on this census could be money that we should be using to build schools, hospitals, deploying ambulances, or development priorities that are in line with our collective and mutual compact. So do not shy away from opening your wallets and putting the census in your plan for 2026 and beyond. Since October 2025, the National Cartographic Mapping Exercise has been underway. And this ensures that every province, district, chiefdom, section, village, ward, and urban block is accurately mapped to eliminate undercounting or overcounting. May they not go lie down and say they want for make more small, or they want for make more boku, or they want for potia putanda for politics. Because that exercise will be do with all man being did it. The committee then waiting for the census, all party then did it. When I say all, I mean all. So if anybody grab that net, go na your house and tell you say we don't be there, tell her and say, not so chief minister and say, and may he ask the people then who did before in party, because it means say somebody know they talk true. This is why I want to commend Statistics Sierra Leone, especially the Statistician General, his senior management team, the Statistics Council, and all field personnel for your exceptional professionalism and commitment. I also acknowledge the continued support of our development partners, especially UNFPA, whose involvement strengthens Sierra Leone's statistical system and reinforces its international credibility. I am reliably informed by the UNFPA representative that we have more than half a dozen international observers currently in the country participating in this process. Ladies and gentlemen, this census is about our national development plan. I've been saying recently that we must stick to the plan, and people also tell me that when I say we will deliver, they don't understand. Some detractors then can say, who stole the bond, who still they deliver, Tego. And the reason why they don't understand and why we must stick to the National Development Plan is essentially based on one fundamental vision. I'm going to ask for a show of hands. If you put your hand up now and I call on you, will you be able to tell me what the singular vision, one vision, that's what our country has for its development? So I did ask you now, I'll make you ask you now, if you sabi within the vision of Salone within inside the National Development Plan. Moped, now all of them. And the reason why this is so important is because if we not understand the vision of the country, we don't go ever understand what we mean by we will deliver. And we don't go ever understand why make it important when we stick to the National Development Plan. So I will help you today, we understand them, so that next time when we ask you, all man go put in. The vision of Sierra Leone, where we all agree to, as part of the democratic process, as part of the National Development Plan, the vision of Sierra Leone. Now that by 2039, we country go be what they call inclusive and green middle income country. We don't say by 2023, we don't say by 2025, we don't even say by 2028 when the election therefore be. We say by 2039, President Leone will be president in 2039. We don't say SFPB will in our government, but President Leone say by 2039, Sierra Leone should be an inclusive, green, middle income country. And this is why I say to people that we will deliver. That together by 2039 we will deliver that for the people of this country, and we must stick to the National Development Plan. So ladies and gentlemen, this census is about the National Development Plan. During this census, we will ensure that it is aligned with our big 5 game changers and how we deliver on it. Under the Feed Salone program, the census data will guide the mapping of agricultural zones, food production systems, and rural population dynamics. For human capital development, the census data will inform school planning, teacher deployment, and the strategic placement of health infrastructure and staff. The census data will support our youth employment scheme by providing labor market data, skills distribution profiles, and job creation projections. For technology and infrastructure development, the census data will guide energy expansion, broadband rollout, and road network design. For public service reform, the census data enhances transparent budgeting, fair allocation of resources, and evidence-driven governance across all ministries, departments, and agencies. Beyond national planning, the census is vital for climate resilience and disaster preparedness. Accurate data improves emergency planning, flood response strategies, and community vulnerability assessments. I want to assure all Sierra Leoneans that this census will count everyone: women, men, youth, elderly persons, persons living with disabilities, slum dwellers, remote communities, border settlements, mining areas, fishing communities, and nomadic populations. No one will be left behind. For some of us, and also embedded in the National Development Plan, we say this is going to be radically inclusive. To deepen public trust and dispel misconceptions, the government will launch a nationwide civic engagement and listening campaign, including town hall meetings, community dialogues, civil society engagements, and media education programs. We want to understand your concerns, and we want to account for them. But even the best technical design requires public cooperation. So I would like to therefore call on all citizens, including members of all political parties, to welcome enumerators into your house, provide accurate information, and support the teams working in your communities. Our enumerators are trained, properly identified, and protected by law. Please treat them with respect as they fulfill this important national duty. You know, during the recruitment of some of the enumerators, some people wanted to spread the misinformation that it was political parties that were choosing people. But when I go ask them chief Diana, we sit down. Because like them community, that they will go. If not true, if not so them, could recommend people then within our community then. When I go ask them. When I don't ask you, when I go ask them. So let me repeat again. The census belongs to all of us. The results benefit all of us. And its credibility depends on all of us. As we enter this census period, I call for peace, tolerance, and responsible political conduct across the country. Let us reject misinformation, intimidation, and divisive narratives. Let us uphold the values of our democracy. The last time when we had a midterm census, some man let me loose. Let me spread misinformation. If you try and understand, let them rule you. I call on the media to support this process with facts, accuracy, and responsible reporting. A well-informed public is essential for national unity. It's funny to me when some politicians preach, they say, we want national unity. Or we see people in social media say, government will promote national unity. The next sentence when they come out, they are waiting the stats of people and I they come out. You don't preach national unity alone. You act national unity. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as we take this historic step, let us remember this simple truth. Every Sierra Leonean counts because every Sierra Leonean matters. If you believe, say, Salone for go before, for you you begin them, you village, the districts where you come out, and for the country. Let them continue. If you believe in the vision of Sierra Leone for being an inclusive, green, middle-income country by 2039, what you for do? If you believe that development for benefit over the 8 million citizens will get, every number will represent life, a dream, a family, and a future. Which you for do? And this is a man that is 11 continue. I don't know if they don't believe that. So my repeat some back man know if you believe that. If you believe, say, by 2039, the vision of Sierra Leone for, say, we for be a middle income, green economy, what you for do? Some man was still talking about content, power. With confidence in our institutions, trust in the professionalism of our field teams, and faith in the unity of our people, on behalf of His Excellency, President Dr. Julius Maada Bio, I now officially launch the 2026 Population and Housing Census of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Thank you. I also want to use this opportunity to launch 2 other documents. The Medium-Term National Development Plan Dashboard, the Sierra Leone National Development Tracker, and the Sierra Leone Power of Data Initiative. May God bless us all. May God bless our democracy, and may God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone. Let us stick to the plan and let it continue. Thank you. On the program, I have something else. Please have a seat. And I would like to use this opportunity to unveil the Census logo, the theme, and the slogan, which will be presented digitally.
Let's put our hands together again for the Honorable Chief Minister. Thank you very much for the keynote address and the unveiling and launch as well. We are coming to a close. I will now call on the guru of statistics, who is the chairman of the Statistics Council, Mr. Moses Williams, to give us the vote of thanks. As a family, are we leading? Okay, Pavili is on his way. Let's put our hands together for him. Pavili is the guru of statistics. We want to thank you, Pavili.
Thank you very much, sir. Honorable Chief Minister, Minister of Planning and Economic Development, Ministers of Government present here, Members of Parliament, Members of the Diplomatic Corps, the Fourth Estate, our revered paramount chiefs who are here today, our colleagues, council members, the staff of Statistics Sierra Leone. I'm here to say thanks to people who are making this possible for us. We have come a very long way, as has been explained here. But our journey was and is going to be possible because there are people behind us. The census, as we have all heard, is a very expensive venture. Without money, with all the expertise, you can't move. I want to first of all thank His Excellency, the President, and his government, our government. That particular institution is responsible for where we are now. The government has committed so much in this process. It has gone a very long way in providing the funds for us. I don't know whether the Minister of Finance is here. I would say a lot of thanks for him, because whenever we call upon him for funds, he will go all out and make it possible for us to have it. We have not actually lacked funds up to this moment. I thank him very much for that. I also want to thank UNFPA. They are our partners in business ever since they have been with us. I also want to thank the Embassy of Ireland. They also have come in. May I thank in advance some institutions. This is in advance, and that is the World Bank. Yes. Traditional partners. But for all I know, they are lagging for reasons I don't know, or maybe they wanted to wait for today. So from tomorrow, we want to see something positive from them. When the Chief Minister was giving his keynote address, he talked about the British government. Britain has been our colonial masters. If we should be what we are today, positively or negatively, it should be Britain. So they must also be with us as we struggle around to better this country. I want to talk to our paramount chiefs. They have made it possible for us to be where we are. Let us give them a big hand, please. For every census, for every survey, it is in chiefdoms, in sections, and in villages that are administered by paramount chiefs. And if it goes very well, it is with their help, their cooperation, and everything you think about. And for now, we have actually got their cooperation here. We have been welcomed wherever we go, and I hope they continue to give us that support. I want to thank the political parties. That is very keen, and in that event, I want to acknowledge the presence of my friend, my colleague, Mr. Balogun Kuruma of the APC. He's here. Yeah, Balogun, yes, let us see you. And we have had a lot of cooperation, a lot of it from the APC party. I don't know whether I can say the same for the ruling party, but we have had no problems with them yet. Even all the parties under the umbrella of APA, we have had a lot of cooperation from them. May I talk about the media now? These people have pushed our message so far and wide. I want to thank them for that. And I implore that they continue with their good work. Let the message go, because if people are informed about what is going to happen, then we are going to have an excellent census. I can't forget my council. Council members, are you here? You, let them see you. These are members of the Statistics Leone Council, appointed by His Excellency to supervise the day-to-day activities of that office. We are not office people, we are in the field, making sure the work is done properly. Young as I am always in the field. Yes, I go after them, and I want to thank myself for that. On that note, may I, with the kind permission of the Chief Minister, recognize the presence of one-time Statistician General, Professor Osman Sanko. Please, Osman. Call Madam O. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is a great man. He did a lot of things for us, a lot of improvement in that institution. Even the World Bank project, he was there when it was initiated, and now we are benefiting a lot out of it. Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. There is one whom I did not see at all, and I will mention his name, and that's Professor Lawrence Kamara. He too has been a very good man to us. He was SG for some time, but now he's in the university. Whom have I left out? Oh, the staff of Statistics Sierra Leone. Andrew, you are a great man, my brother. You are. I have been into that institution for a couple of years now as chairman of the council, and unlike other institutions where there are crises between the board and the institution, we have never had cause to have that. Never. So I thank you very much, my young man, and I hope we stay on and move. And then the mayor, I almost forgot to mention you. Madam, we are on together, all of us. Let us open our doors. Let the APC open its door. Let the SFP open its door. This is a non-political activity, as I say. It is not political. I have personally visited the APC office and spoken with Ambassador Sengeh on this census, and we hope to continue that. We will visit every. I just told Balogu, from here, I'm going to take addresses of all their offices around the country, and we are going to visit everybody. I want to thank you, finally, and wish us all very well as we leave this hall. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pawili. And also thank you to letting us know that Malampo was secretly hiding in our midst. Welcome, Malampo. We're happy to see you again. And thank you to our interpreter, our sign interpreter. I mean, she did well. I was thinking while sitting down whether I would say thank you to our signs and then she will interpret to me. But thank you very much for the good work. The program is not yet ended. You know, the most exciting part of a program normally is after the vote of thanks. So if you go earlier, they might tell you the story someday, that on the day of the launch, the ending was superb. So don't wait to be told, you have to wait. I will now call on Mr. Samuel Nsumana, the Director of Communications, to come forward.
Thank you very much. We want to move to a very important aspect of the program, which is to have the photo session. It is my honor and pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, to call on, at this juncture, the Chief Minister. Can we give him a round of applause? The Minister of Planning and Economic Development and all other ministers, all government ministers and their deputies. We do have, I see the Minister of Trade, the Minister of Information and Civic Education, the Minister of Local Government. The UNFPA country rep, the UNICEF country rep. Yes, the principal advisor to the President on the Public Service, Dr. Emmanuel Gaima. This is the first batch, by the way. Heads of MBAs. All right. Yes. We just. The DevSec. Yes. Yeah. The SG as well. The bank governor. We're doing it in batches, so don't worry, everybody's going to be called. I see lots of people want to. Yes, thank you very much. The Mayor of Freetown City Council, the Chairman of Statistics Urban Council, all right. Yes. Okay, thank you. Are we set? Thank you. So you can hold the documents and face the camera. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. We would like the the Chief Minister to stay, the SG to stay, the Minister of Planning to stay, the rest can go. All right. Chairman of Council. All right. Okay. The second batch, we want to call all members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, all members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps. All right, Kunle, you would have to come back, unfortunately. All right, all heads of UN agencies and heads from the private sector. Thank you very much. Can we give them a round of applause as they come? Thank you very much. So the Chief Minister stays, the Minister of Planning and Economic Development stays, the SG stays. Thank you. The third batch, we're going to call on all parliamentarians that are here, all the parliamentarians that are here, all the paramount chiefs and paramount chiefs MPs. All the paramount chiefs and paramount chief MPs. All district council chairpersons and other mayors that are present here. The Mayor of Freetown City Council, so we could have some of them come here, over here. Thank you. This is a big group. Thank you. Yes. Yes. We have to wait. This is a big group. Thank you. So the thing is, we invited all the representatives of the paramount chiefs in all the districts and all the paramount chief MPs. So that's why the number is so huge. Thank you very much. The same couple of people would have to stay. The chief minister would have to stay. We have another batch of people. Minister, the Minister of Planning, the SG will have to stay. So we are now calling on the heads of political parties or their representatives, heads of political parties or their representatives, Deputy Vice Chancellors, and we have a select group of pupils who are to come and join us. They would have to wait, let them wait, let's do this, then they come.
You decide what you're voting for that balance. You push me and they become a delay.
Thank you very much. And now we call on the pupils to take a picture with the Chief Minister, the SG, and the Minister. Let them come quickly.
We're not necessary.
Your power and responsibility. Just for spend you get power and responsibility. So can't jam. No responsibility. Yeah. You want to see? Yes. If you move now, you can go police. I can't go police. Now is that also go look you want to hear? Oh yeah. Talk like this here. Not believe.
Thank you very much. Stop. Thank you. We are done. Can we give them a round of applause?